Hi, I'm Yaakov Spivak, and thank you for coming to and watching this week's issue of the video. Now we'll be talking about Chanukah. We learn in Masechet Shabbos, the Gemara asked over there, they asked, "My Chanukah, what is Chanukah?" And Rashi has trouble with this. He says this is strange because the Gemara doesn't ask my Sukkot, my Rosh Hashanah. They don't ask what is the holiday. This is a strange question. So Rashi says what it really means to say is that my Chanukah. What's so special about Chanukah? What do we celebrate on Chanukah? And this is relevant because there are two aspects of Chanukah. There is the fighting the war and there is lighting the menorah. Then Rashi answers and says that. What do we celebrate? We celebrate the lighting the menorah and the oil, because we know that the Gemara later on discusses the oil.
The Gemara of Pesachim presents a different perspective. The Gemara there is discussing the Jews leaving Egypt, and how after they crossed the Yam Suf, they celebrated. And the Gemara says that every time we're saved from physical danger, we celebrate. And Rashi says, just like Chanukah. So it appears from Rashi in Masechet Pesachim that we're celebrating Chanukah because we've had a military victory, which is the exact opposite of what we just said in Masechet Shabbos. So how do we reconcile these two approaches? Are we celebrating the miracle of the oil, or are we celebrating the military victory?
So now the Meshech Chachma comes and he gives a really good answer. He says that, or what the Rebbeim really wanted us to celebrate was fighting the war and winning the battle. However, they knew that we couldn't just solely focus on the battle, because then we would think that it was us that did it. It wasn't Hashem, as in, we fought the war. It wasn't really Hashem's miracle. Therefore, what we focus on is lighting the menorah. And when we light the menorah, we know that it's Hashem's miracle. Hashem did it. We wouldn't think that it was because of us that the candle burned for 8 days. So therefore, when we're lighting this menorah and we're thinking that it was Hashem's miracle, we will also remember of us winning the war, and that it wasn't us that did it, it was really Hashem, with Hashem's help.
And I think this idea is relevant to our lives every day. It's very easy to read the news and go about our everyday lives and not attribute things to God and see His hand in our lives. And just like Chazal saw it necessary for us to focus on the menorah, focus on the obvious miracle of the oil, so too, so that we would be able to see God's hand in the military victory and not forget His presence there, so too we in our lives should try to find God's hand, God's presence in the actions that could be mundane or could be attributed to nature.
Shabbat Shalom and happy Chanukah.
על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית על אבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות